Welcome to one of the most brutal decluttering videos that you will see. From me, at least. I don't know. There's probably way more brutal decluttering videos and ruthless decluttering videos on the internet today. But for me, for my channel, I have really been in this process of building up momentum. Okay. So, what you are seeing here today is a point to that I've gotten to where I am in it, I am willing, I am ready to just go for it, okay? And the inspiration for today's video is Dawn of the Minimal Mom. When I think brutal, when I think ruthless, when I think a real minimalist, I think Dawn because she has gotten to a point on her channel, if you follow her, where she has almost nothing. There's nothing left in her house. um, and while that may seem extreme, while that may seem wild to some people, I kind of get it, honestly. Like the more that I have been working on my own decluttering journey and the more that I have been wading through the waters of motherhood and marriage and being a business owner and working, like I just want less. I want less inventory in my house. I want less stuff around me. I want less things to clean up. I want less things to manage. I want less things to put away. And I just want my life to be easier. Okay. I just want it to be easier. And so who better to embody here today than Dawn of the Minimal Mom? Her approach is very practical. It is not, if you've been following my previous videos, I've been working on like Dana K. White's method. She has a process. It's a 5-step process. Whereas Dawn is really more of like a vibe, guys. Like she is more of a concept and a vibe. And I feel like I am ready for that. I have reached that level. So, what you're seeing today, hello, by the way, if we haven't met yet, welcome. My name's Megan. I'm 42. Almost, I think I'm the exact same age as Dawn, actually. I'm 42. I'm a mom of 2. I have a 4-year-old daughter whose room this is. And I have a 14-year-old stepson whose room you will not be seeing because that is up to him. But yeah, and then I have a husband. I'm not going to say his age because that's nobody's business, I guess, but he is an adult. And we also have 2 giant dogs. And I have a very busy life, guys. I have a very busy life. Like I said, a mom and a wife, but I also own a counseling practice. So I do work outside of the home most days. And I also am running a YouTube channel. Actually, I run 2 YouTube channels. I have this one that I've had for about 2.5 years. And then I also have a newer channel where I talk about my weight loss and health journey using a GLP-1 medication. So I have quite a lot on my plate, but I love all of it because I'm just rocking out, guys. Like I am just doing the thing. It's taken me a little while to kind of start to get things together. I'm going to explain the dancing soon, but just enjoy, I guess. Um, but yeah, it's taken me a while. It's taken me a while to get to this point on my decluttering journey. So let's talk about what we're doing here today. And then I will probably sprinkle in a little bit more about how we got here. So, like I said, this is my daughter's room. She does not sleep in here yet. Judge away if you must, but it's what works for our family right now because we all just sleep better if she sleeps in our room. But she does have a bed. She does have her own blankets and comforter and pillows and everything. Um, but she just would rather sleep with us. So for right now, that's fine. But she is about to turn 4 in a few weeks. And so, maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year we move her back into her own room. I don't know. But what this room primarily is her play area. It is her toy storage. It is her clothing storage. And for a long time, it has also been my secret, not so secret dumping ground. Um, Towards the end of this video, you will see me working on her closet. And that the reason that I did not want to continue on my Dana K. White trajectory here on the channel is because I knew that tackling this room, I was not going to want to do it without making piles. Also, by the way, I am aware that there is like a blurry spot in the middle lower part of the screen. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice it until I went back and saw the footage, and it was too late to refilm. Obviously, I wasn't going to like reclutter everything. So I am aware. I have addressed it in future videos. Do not worry. But yeah, I'm sorry guys. If you see it, I'm sorry. I see it too. So yeah, so the reason I didn't stick with Dana's method for this particular project was because I knew I wanted to make piles. I wanted to just take everything out of my closet or my daughter's closet, and just make a pile. And that's what I did. But spoiler alert, you're gonna see. See, oh, look, there's the closet. You can see the preview of it. But yeah, so that's why I abandoned Dana K. White for this video, and I just decided to go with inspiration from Dawn at Minimal Mom, as well as actually, I don't remember the lady's name, but there's another channel called A to Zen Life. I wish I want to keep Marissa, maybe. If I'm right, I'm going to give myself a gold star sticker because I cannot possibly imagine that that's true. But well, anyway, A to Zen Life is also another pretty extreme minimalist. And I just wanted to go into this project of decluttering my daughter's room. Uh-oh. That is a project that my daughter made, and I'm just throwing it away, guys. Sorry. She'll never remember. Maybe she will. She actually has a really good memory, but I'm just throwing stuff away. But I wanted to use a very like hardcore minimalist mindset going into this bedroom declutter because I struggle so hard to let go of things. Okay, let's get into what we're seeing on screen. That is if you have little kids, you might know what a Tony's box is. It's like a little radio and they have these little toy figures that you put on top of it and it will play different songs or stories or whatever. When I bought my daughter her Tony box for Christmas, I also bought her that pink carrying case because I was envisioning buying all of these like little figures to go with it. And I'll tell you what, she wants to listen to the same one over and over again. So I'm not buying any more figures to put on it. So I don't need the carrying case. So that white basket where I put it is actually just donations. And then that plastic bin that you see at the bottom of the screen that I was filling up earlier, that is just toys that we what are we doing with those? Oh, we're storing them. We're storing them in the closet, believe it or not. By the end, there will be room in that closet for several bins. I'm very proud of the progress I made today. But yeah, so this room has been a catch-all and I'm tired of it. And I need to embody minimalism a little bit more because I finally have gotten to this point where I am sick of dealing with all of this inventory. Dawn talks a lot about inventory. She also talks a lot about like your stuff is basically like taking away from you, like taking away from your quality of life. I think there was a video, I don't remember which one. I've looked for it again and I can't seem to find it. But there was a video I remember that she did where she like made her stuff as if it were like renting space from her. And she kind of added up how much money it would cost to store all of the items that she was storing in this little like pantry room that she had or mud room that she had. And it was kind of eye-opening, right? It's like all of this stuff is costing me something, right? Like maybe it's not necessarily costing me money, but it is costing me something to keep it here. And so what I'm doing here is cleaning out her drawers. I didn't really want to deal with that drawer, but the bottom drawer was all like summer shorts and summer shirts from last summer. And guess what, guys? my daughter grew, believe it or not. From age 3 to age 4, she did grow. Um, and so those things aren't going to fit anymore. So I'm putting those in a donation bag. I was trying to close another drawer and some pants had fallen down behind. So anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to clean out the drawers. Oh, I also found some artwork and a card, like a Valentine's Day card. Apparently lots of stuff got shoved in there. That's one of the ways that this is costing me is like when everything is so overstuffed, you lose things. You lose things. And what I'm about to find in some of these drawers is like a bunch of holiday cards, a bunch of greeting cards, a bunch of like future birthday cards that I have intended to give to other people, like blank ones. But I just couldn't find them again because they fell back. They fell like at the bottom of another drawer. And so that is something that has actually cost me, right? It's like if I'm shoving too much stuff into a space, then I can't find anything, right? Like there's too much and I can't find what I actually need. This drawer I'm going through, I'm finding just like old birthday cards, old gift bags, um, like my very first verification when I got monetized on YouTube. They Google AdSense like sends you something in the mail to verify that you are who you say you are. So I found that in this drawer. Like this is just not an appropriate place for all of that. If this is actually supposed to be just my daughter's room, like this is not my like separate bedroom. This is my daughter's room. Oh, here's some controversial stuff that I'm going to throw away. There's a Mother's Day door hanging with my daughter's footprints that I threw away. Sorry. I am not the most sentimental person on the planet. And this was from her birth. Like we had it at the hospital. It had her name on it when she was born and we took a picture of her with it. I I would have thrown that away except it has like her full name and birthday on it. And so I like for safety and security reasons I didn't want to throw it away. Oh, the broken iPad. I haven't yet decided what I want to do with that because I need to wipe information off of it if I can get it to turn on again. Random winter hats, just electronics, a Lego Cinderella castle in different pieces. I, this is just like I said, a hodgepodge room. So as you can see why I didn't want to do Dana K. White's method of take it there now. Because that would in this instance I do believe it would have severely slowed me down. And I get like okay, I get Dana's method, right? On some level that in some situations I love using her take it there now because it like if I only have a short amount of time or if I have an undetermined amount of time, right? Like if I'm not sure how long I'll have to work or if I'm not sure how much energy I will have, then using her method is great because you are not making a bigger mess. And so then you can stop at any time. Or if you get tired, like you and run out of energy, then like you're just done. Whenever you're done, you're done. So I do appreciate that about Dana's no mess decluttering system. However, I am in a period of time right now, like when I decided to do this particular project, I was in a mood where I was like ready to go. I had tons of energy, tons of intention, and tons of time. And I was just like, I am going to do this and I'm going to make it work and I am just going to rock it out. And so I think for me in this particular moment, it was okay to make a bigger mess before I got to the end result. Um, I just think like different projects and different moods, different energy levels uh, call for different approaches, I am finding. Um, and so that's why I just decided to go for it on my own and just make as many piles as I needed, like that. because because sometimes that's just how my brain works, right? Like that's just how my brain works. Um, Thinking back, right? Like going back to the first video a few weeks ago where I tried Dana's method for the first time, like in earnest. Um, and I did one drawer, right? I just got a comment on that video today actually where somebody commented who had never seen me before. She commented something like, "Wow, if this is how you're approaching this, like you're decluttering your house like this, using like AKA using the take it there now and like the Dana method, um, then you like this is going to take you years to declutter your house if you do it this way." And I had to laugh because I can totally see where that person was coming from. Because, yes, like if it took me a full 35 to 40 minutes to declutter one kitchen drawer, um, yes, then yes, that would absolutely check out that it may take me many years to declutter my whole house. However, um, I what I did with Dana's method is like it gave me a starting point. It gave me some guidelines. It gave me a jumping off point where I was able to just practice, right? I was able to have some success. And I feel like with any major issue like this, like being a cluttered person in general, um, or like when I started to try and lose weight, and I wasn't really somebody who exercised, or I wasn't somebody who really was like very mindful with my food, right? I think you need to have some wins under your belt before you can really get into the groove. Um, and now I'm somebody who I can declutter. I can take a walk most days of the week, on my weight loss journey. I am somebody who buys a lot of stuff with protein in it at the grocery store for my lunches. You know what I mean? But I wasn't that person before. Like I definitely was not that person. And so uh yes, I think you can start small and start slow and start with somebody else's method as your sort of rails, your guardrails. And then as you gain more confidence, as you gain more trust in yourself that you can do it, that you can make some of those hard decisions, and that you do have those decluttering muscles ready to go, like they are warmed up, then you can sort of start doing things on your own a little bit more, or you can start just going for it, right? Just go for it. Just throw shit away. Which is what I'm doing here, right? So my dog just sneezed. Bless you, Archie. Um, but what you're seeing me do here, like I am throwing away so much stuff, so much stuff. I think by the end of this, I had something like 4 garbage bags, maybe, and then I had a bunch of stuff to donate. It truly has been very freeing. I'm very excited at the progress that I am making. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the end of this. I'm so excited. Guys, I'm so excited. But here's the difference, right? Between Dana's method and what I'm doing now. Oh, also, well, hold on. I'll explain why I'm dancing around. But the biggest difference that you can see is like look at this mess, right? Like look at what is all around me. Dana K. White would never. She would never. Right? Like she, there's just no way, right? This is not her method, clearly. But what Dawn from Minimal Mom says is making piles is fine if that's what works for you. What she also said in a video that I watched recently, of hers was to put on some music and just put on some upbeat music, and that will also help you get in the mood. And so that is what I did. I was listening on this particular day. I put on a 90s alternative rock station or like YouTube mix playlist. So I was listening to like the Smashing Pumpkins and Soundgarden and Bush and like yeah, whatever, just all of the 90s, like late 90s alternative rock music, and I was having the time of my life. It was awesome. It was awesome. Like it was just angsty enough to get me like in my feels a little bit. But it also, a lot of that music has a really good like beat, like a driving beat as well. So it kept my energy up. All right, what am I doing? Okay, I'm starting to now I do keep Dana's voice in my head a little bit here. Like I was thinking like if I was going to look for those noise canceling headphones, where would I look for them? And it would be in that drawer. So I am asking some of those questions. Um, Now, how is this a Dawn from Minimal Mom inspired clean? You may be asking yourself. I think, again, as opposed to like, where Dana has her 5 steps and her questions that you ask every single time and whatever, I think this was more of, like I said at the beginning, just kind of a vibe, like an intention. And my intention here was just to try and get rid of as much as I could. Like just get rid of as much as possible. I Obviously there were a lot of things that I kept, and clearly this is not turning into like a true minimalist home, right? Like this is not a true minimalist bedroom. Like you can see my daughter has so many clothes. Like I did not get rid of most of her clothes. But stuff like this Barbie dream house that I got at a consignment store for her, like I don't know, maybe less than a year ago. I decided to just get rid of it because she's not at a stage right now where she plays with Barbies. And quite honestly, as far as dollhouses go, that dollhouse sucks. Like I don't like it. It's not fun to play with. And so if I was going to have a dollhouse for her, it wouldn't be that one. Like I would rather go buy a more expensive one that is actually nicer. Um, and more to scale with the types of toys that she actually plays with, because she doesn't play with Barbies right now because she's not even 4. Um, so yeah, so we got rid of the Barbie dream house, and my daughter does not care. Like she hasn't looked for it, doesn't ask about it, doesn't care about it. And now, yeah, we're just gonna be taking stuff out. Just take stuff out. Goodbye. What we are keeping is like some art supplies we're keeping. I had kept so many cardboard boxes because her closet, my daughter's closet, became, oh, we're donating a fuzzy hat. I think we're donating a summer hat. We're donating, what else are we donating? Oh, nope, we're not donating. We're keeping that. Okay, guys, I'm practicing. Oh, a $50 baby swaddle. I'm just going to donate it. Um, but yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm not a true minimalist yet. That is a goal though. I'm on my way. But I'm not there yet. But I have a long way to go, right? Like if you look at my trajectory, I come from hoarder roots. Okay, guys? I come from hoarder roots. Like my grandfather grew up during the Depression. Like he was like had a huge part in raising me. So my grandfather was somebody who like would buy random stuff or would like bring random stuff home from the side of the road, or from thrift stores just because it was a good deal or something. And then he hardly ever threw things away. And then my dad, my grandfather's son, he hangs on to a lot of stuff, like a lot of sentimental things. He hangs on to a lot of paperwork. He hangs on to just in case, right? And so I come from that, okay? So that is my history. And so I've done a lot of hanging on to stuff just in case. I also, Dawn talks a lot about like fantasy clutter or like fantasy self clutter. And so that's what a lot of these things are that I have held on to for so long. Like all these little boxes, um, I've been hanging on to them because I'm like, oh, those would be great boxes for Christmas presents when Christmas time rolls around. And okay, fine, but like, I wish don't ask about the plunger. It's never been used in a toilet, for the record. Just don't worry about it. Um, but I have a lot of fantasy clutter. Oh, but yes, so those little cardboard boxes, like, would they make great gift boxes? Sure. Yes, they would make lovely gift boxes. But the problem is that I would rather have this closet space to actually hold things that belong to my kid, whose room this is, right? There is not enough room in this closet for her to have her toys and her extra bedding and all of my random like gift wrapping stuff for Christmas year round, right? So I had to make a decision, and I'm going to end up taking all of the wrapping paper, all of the boxes, all of the gift bags, like all of that stuff has a spot in the basement now. And so I'm taking all of that down to the basement, and that's just where it's going to go. And the stuff that there's not room for, I ended up throwing away. Because again, I'm tired of living this way where I keep stuff just in case. That's the Easter basket. I don't worry, I am going to deal with it for real. Just I'm setting it there for now. Um, but yeah, I'm just tired. I'm tired of living this way with all this like fantasy clutter and like, oh, this is going to be perfect for one day in December. But then meanwhile, the rest of the year, like there's not enough room in the closet for the stuff that actually goes there. This stuff is just, again, like this is all that whole box is random bathroom stuff. Like that's a first aid kit where the stuff is, I just threw it away because I'm allergic to all those bandages. And so I threw it away. I just threw it away. What I will keep though is this lint roller because we have dogs and we always need a lint roller. But I would have never looked for the lint roller in that closet, in that box, because it was super inconvenient to get to. So this is another thing, like a neti pot. I'm going to get rid of it. A ring light that doesn't have any way to attach it to anything anymore because it's broken. Goodbye, throw it away. A bathroom scrubber to clean with. Like this is all just bathroom stuff that I stuck in here God knows how many years ago, probably when I moved. Oh, my hair straightener, like a straightening iron. I haven't used that thing in like 7 years. Genuinely. Like goodbye. Why? Why is it in here? So much stuff, and it's just taking up real estate in my house that could be so much better used for so many other things. Or just empty space, quite honestly, right? Like just empty space. Now that curling iron I did keep because I I need that size. Like the last few times I've curled my hair, it has looked really silly because the barrel of the curling iron I have is really small. So anyway, so I did keep that curling iron, but everything else in this basket was just like a waste of space. Genuinely, just a complete waste of space. That those were like bobby pins that I will never use. What was that? Oh, a charger. That is a portable phone charger. That is good for travel. So I did keep that. And now I have this basket, which at that time, right now, what you're watching, like I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but what I ended up doing with it was putting it in the bottom of the linen closet to hold all of the stuff that we're keeping in the linen closet, like all the extra like heating pads, and like that's a heating pad and that blue thing's a heating pad. Um we're keeping that in there, and I'm keeping like extra deodorant and soaps and all that kind of stuff in that basket. So now I have a freed up basket to use somewhere that it's useful. Yay. And that I think was a humidifier, maybe. I don't know. And now I have another empty box I can get rid of. Hooray. Yeah, so much random stuff. So much random stuff. And the more, you guys, the more that I have been decluttering lately, the more that I'm realizing I don't need stuff. Genuinely. I do not need it. I've been hanging on to so much crap for so long. In an upcoming video, I have like 3 more videos that have already been filmed that are just like waiting for editing and voiceover, because I have been on a roll and I do have a lot of energy right now. And I know that in the next couple weeks, like I'm going to be too busy to work on this. So in my upcoming video, where I deal with the basement again, and I actually get into the garage even a little bit, I found stuff that has been in this house in a storage bin for literally 6 years. Like a good 6 years. And when I started to uncover those items, I just felt sad, honestly. Like I felt sad and disappointed in myself. And my decluttering coach that I've been working with, Amber, she doesn't like it when I say that I'm like mad at myself or just like frustrated with myself or whatever. But I do think there is some value in those are more boxes, like Christmas, that I've been saving for Christmas. What am I going to do? Throw it away. I got to throw it away. I think I was thinking about what to do though. Anyway, um, but yeah, like I do think there is some value, genuine value in shame and guilt. By the way, I am a licensed therapist. But this is not therapy advice. This is not mental health advice. This is just my own personal reflection. Um, it's just my own personal reflection, not mental health advice. But I think there's some value in this idea of like feeling disappointed in myself or feeling shame and guilt, because what it has showed me is how often I procrastinate with actually dealing with things, and how it doesn't serve me, right? How it does not serve me well. So let me say more about that. When, as I have in the past, when you just like shove a bunch of stuff in a bin and close the lid and put it away, that means that at some point, like future you is going to have to deal with it, right? At some point. Now, maybe what that looks like is that it's just sitting on your shelf, taking up space, and you don't actually like deal with it face to face, but it is still literally taking up real estate in your house, right? And so that's like what I found in my basement is that because all of the storage space in the garage was taken up, I didn't have anywhere to put stuff from the garage or from the basement that I wanted to get out of the basement to make more room. And so what I discovered is like I was living in more chaos than necessary for 6 years because I wasn't willing to deal with the stuff that was in those bins in a timely manner, right? Which is crazy when you really think about it. Like that's wild that I've done that to myself for that long, you know? And I'm sure a lot of you who are watching, like people who watch a lot of decluttering content, I'm sure you can relate to that, right? Like we just shove stuff in closets or we shove stuff in bins or we shove stuff in cabinets. And then we think that we're just like, we're not dealing with it, or we think that that's like the easy thing to do. But in reality, it's actually making our day to day life quite a bit harder on some level, right? Like whether it's the mental load that we carry or like just having it in our head, like, oh yeah, one day I will have to deal with that. Like then it's just forever and perpetually on one of the lists in your head if you don't actually deal with it fully in the moment. And don't get me wrong, like there are so many things during this particular declutter that I procrastinated, right? That I didn't fully deal with. Like all the stuff, you can't really see it in this shot right now. Um, but there's a bunch of stuff like above where the clothes are hanging. There's a shelf up there. There is so much up there that is procrastinator that I do need to deal with, but I just didn't. I just didn't today. And so in a future decluttering video, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. But this day was really just about doing a first pass where I was getting as much out as I could tolerate on this day. And so I think I still did a really good job. But there is definitely like, there are more layers that I could go, certainly. Like there are deeper layers I could still get to. Also, by the way, this dress uh, is not as flattering as I thought in real life. I mean, on video, it is not as flattering as it is in real life. I am not pregnant. Like, for the record, I am certainly not pregnant. I'm just losing weight. Like, I'm just fat. So, just not fat. That's not nice to myself. But I do have, my stomach is round. Okay. I am a woman. My stomach is round. That is the shape that I am. And here it is. So if you're curious, like if you've been looking at me and my body in this video, like I am doing right now, and wondering like, oh my gosh, is she pregnant? No, I am not. That is just where my weight lives. FYI. If you would like to see my weight loss journey and how that's going, you can watch my other channel. It's called Millennial Meg's Health Spot. And I have lost about 20 pounds in the past few months, and I hope to lose another 30 pounds as time goes on. So we'll see. But it's not a race, guys. I'm not on any sort of like crazy timeline or anything. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to lose 30 more pounds by September. Like I don't care. I'm not trying that hard, honestly. Um I'm taking a GLP-1 medication. I take tirzepatide and it's working great, but also like I'm still just living my regular life. You know what I mean? Like I didn't magically turn into somebody who only eats chicken breast and goes to the gym 5 days a week. You know what I mean? I'm still just living my normal life. So I'm losing like about a pound a week, sometimes less, sometimes more, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fine, guys. Okay, now I'm taking stuff. What am I doing? Oh, I'm organizing my piles. So, okay, so that if you look in the left, your left, my right, in the corner, that gray diaper bag, I do still use that backpack for travel with when I take myself and or my kids somewhere because it is a great backpack. Like it's a really good carry-on. Um, so what I shoved in there was packing cubes, like uh, lug luxury, no, luggage packing cubes. And so I'm going to put that backpack somewhere. And then this box, this really nice box that I have, I am putting like wrapping stuff, like gift bags and birthday cards and that kind of stuff. So, and gift tags. So that's what's going in that box. And there is a place for it down in the basement with all the other wrapping paper and Christmassy holiday stuff. But this was just a really nice box for it. So, and I just only put in there what could fit. And guess what didn't fit? all of those boxes, the gift boxes that I was saving. I just threw those away, or I guess maybe I put them in the recycling because they weren't going to fit anywhere easily. And if all else fails, I can just put stuff in gift bags, guys. And I'm sure also, like around Christmas time, I probably will be ordering stuff in boxes, right? Like, why am I saving boxes for a whole year if I don't need them, right? There they are. I'm going to take them downstairs, but I'm going to get rid of them. What else was it? Oh, the art supply, putting the art supplies away. Oh, those? Okay. At first, when I decluttered those from the basement, I was kind of mad at myself that I kept them. But now I'm happy that I kept them because my daughter got this cute little art robot, like a little, it draws stuff, but it comes with a ton of little cards. Like you show the robot the card and then it draws whatever you just showed it. So those baskets were perfect for organizing that situation. So I actually was happy that I kept those baskets. Um, Now, if we're thinking of the container idea, right? Like, I think I know for sure Dana has the container concept, but I think Dawn from the Minimal Mom also talks about, looking at your house as a container, looking at your shelves as containers, looking at baskets as containers, whatever. Um, if we're thinking about the container concept, whoever's idea it was, oh, that was an old like toddler baby chew toy. That was gross because my daughter doesn't use that. She hasn't used them for like 2 years or more. But anyway, if we're thinking about the container idea, whoever's it was, that container behind me with all the stuffies, like the plushy toys, it is overflowing. Like I probably could get rid of more, but I wasn't willing to really go through that today. And so I didn't. Sorry. But the good news is now that I know that that container is full, the next time I'm out like with my daughter or I'm out and I'm like thinking about my daughter and we're thinking like, "Oh my gosh, look at this really cute stuffed animal. So cute." I can have a very clear mental picture of my daughter's room right now, of her toy situation, and I can now know, uh-oh, yeah, look. This is this is what happens when you don't follow Dana K. White's no mess decluttering system. you you end up at a halfway point like this. But actually we're not even at halfway. We're like 3/4 of the way done. We're nearly done. I think there's like less than 10 minutes left of this video. So don't worry. Let me finish my thought. So when I go out now into the universe, like into the wild, and I see stuffed animals or other toys that I think are cute for my daughter, I will know that we are already full, right? Like our containers in our house are full. We do not have room for more stuffed animals unless we are willing to get rid of some of the ones that we already have. And so that actually is very helpful. And that is something that I have definitely been learning as I've been decluttering more and more, is that I now am actually very aware of what my inventory looks like. And inventory, like I said, is a huge thing that that Dawn talks about. Is that like the more inventory you have in your house, the more you have to deal with, like mentally and physically. And so if you have so much, not only is it stressful in general just to like live with that chaos and live with so much inventory and disorganization usually, right? Like if you have too much, but it's like now I can think of my inventory as like a tool, right? Like when I think of my stuff as inventory, it's like, oh, now I know exactly what I'm managing. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I got a little lost in that thought, but stick with me. Like now that I'm doing all of this decluttering and now that I'm intimately aware of all of the different parts of my house and what's actually still left, I know exactly how much space is still left. right? And so my daughter's room, even though like I'm getting rid of all this stuff, my daughter's room is actually quite full still. Like even though I just got rid of all that stuff, it is quite full. And so that signals to me like, okay, we can't buy more toys. We cannot buy more toys. We cannot buy more art supplies. We cannot buy more Play-Doh. At the very beginning of this video, I went through her like Play-Doh, her Play-Doh box, and she has a lot of toys that go with the Play-Doh, like a lot of like cookie cutters and stuff and tools. And there's no more room for more of that. And so now if I go to the store and I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be so fun for her, I can remember like, no, Megan, we already have that. We already have that. So yes, that is super helpful. And what else? What else? I wish I felt this, I had like that same clear, crystal clear understanding about clothes. I know it's all just inventory, like regardless if it's clothes or art supplies or toys or stuffies or whatever. I should view it all the same as just inventory, period. But for some reason, I still am hanging on to this belief, like this, I understand it's an irrational belief, but that like you can never have enough clothes. Or especially like my daughter, like, oh, she can never have enough clothes. And I think part of it is because she keeps growing. And so she does need new clothes fairly frequently. Like at least every season, I get her new clothes. But if I was really being honest with myself, like she has enough clothes for the summer. She really does. She's got dresses, she's got short sleeve t-shirts, she has tank tops. Maybe she could use a couple more pairs of shorts, maybe, because I just got rid of a bunch that were a little too small for her. But that's really it. Like she does not need more. She doesn't need more shirts, she doesn't need more dresses. Even if I see really cute ones, she doesn't need more. And I think I need to remember that. Like we have enough inventory. Her drawers are full. Her closet is full. And you can see what I mean about the stuffed animals, right? Like there's not enough room for them in that designated container that I have for them. So I ended up putting a bunch more over on the bed. Um, but I probably should get rid of some more, guys. I should. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at how much progress we made. This is fantastic. We got rid of so much. I cannot believe how much room there is in this closet now. That basket I will deal with at a later time. Okay. Like that is not a minimalist basket of books. Somehow it feels like sacrilegious to get rid of books though, a little bit. You know what I mean? But I will come back. We'll do another pass. I will get rid of more stuffies, more books, and all the stuff on the top shelf. And now here's everything that we're getting rid of. Look at this. That is all the donations. And I already took them all to the donation center. I'm so proud of myself. These are all the clothes that are getting donated. And then over here, this is where I think in previous videos, this is where I've kind of fallen short. Like I haven't shown you what I actually do with all the stuff that I take out of the space that I'm decluttering. So I wanted to show you. But this is where all the wrapping paper goes. I'm so proud of myself that I have an actual like legit wrapping paper container. I think I bought it at Walmart for like $10 last year. I love it. And I will never have to buy wrapping paper again. I have so much wrapping paper. See, and again, I am aware now of my inventory. I know now because I've dealt with this that I have so much wrapping paper and so many gift bags that I literally, if I'm ever at the store and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's cute wrapping paper, I need to slap myself in the face and just say, absolutely not. You have so much wrapping paper at your house. Like, do not ever buy wrapping paper ever again until you're like 100 years old. And the same, like that whole box is full of gift bags. I do not need another gift bag ever. Yay, good job. I'm so proud of myself. Woohoo, doing the Elaine from Seinfeld dance. All right, guys. I think that's enough. That that's enough dancing. I love you. Thank you so much for coming along and watching this process. I hope it was entertaining for you. I hope it was helpful. I just put that stuff there temporarily before I could take it out because I think I did run out of time. But believe me, it is at the Goodwill presently. You can find it if you know which Goodwill, which you don't because I don't tell you where I live. But anyway, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. There is so much more decluttering happening. This basement is almost empty now. I will show it to you in a future video. I'm so excited. And I also I'm doing a living room makeover. So stay tuned for that. We got a new rug, a new sofa, the whole shebang. So stay tuned. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.